Bleh.
This was a first watch for me. I watched this with my sonny boy. Oh, did we have the best fucking time watching this. We watched From Hell It Came from 1957, directed by Dan Milner. Beast Thing from the Flames of Hades. A wrongfully accused South Seas prince is executed and returns as a walking tree stump. This monster is super weird looking, super interesting. I mean, it's a terrible looking monster. It's just so fun. You have this indescript, like, indigenous population. It's so racist, man. It's so racist. You almost think maybe it could be Hawaiian, but it's like, it's not supposed to be Hawaiian. It's supposed to be some variation. And they're using very like indigenous sounding native language names that are clearly made up, like the Tabanga and the, I don't know. Yeah, this guy, I didn't realize he was a prince. He's executed by the, whatever, the tribal chief, however you want to put it, the chief. And he's buried with this dagger in his heart, and they bury him in this bark coffin. And he comes back as this demon tree stump man that basically goes around stalking everybody and throwing people into quicksand to get his revenge. It's happened once before. There's this whole subplot between his wife helped the tribal chief to murder him, the prince guy. And then you have the scientists who are stationed on the island, and you have the hero scientist, you have the older scientist, and you have the female scientist. It frames the indigenous people as the quote unquote stereotypical noble savages. You have the Western civilized American scientists who have, there's this whole back and forth about Western medicine versus indigenous native medicine, and how native indigenous medicine is inferior to Western medicine, and how we need to get the natives and these tribal people to subscribe to our medicine. Of course, it's shitty, but it's interesting in the sense that, like, it's from 1957, and it gives you a view into how people thought at that time, and like where systemic, white supremacy and Western supremacy come from. The guys in the Proud Boys, they'll watch this movie and be like, fuck yeah, that's the right, yeah, the West is the best. That's how they would look at it, when in reality, there are indigenous medicines. I mean, indigenous people got by on their own, medicines for thousands of years, man. Fusing Western medicine and Eastern medicine together through science. That's the way. They talk a lot about science in here, for science. But there's a lot of science in native medicine, man. In fact, all science, all native medicine is predicated and impacted by science. It's just a different kind of science. It's like they look at plants as teachers, man. The plants teach you the fucking knowledge. In Western philosophy, men have come up with this knowledge. It's not given by nature. I mean, all of it comes from nature, and that's what's interesting, the contrast here. And so you have this incredibly slow-moving, non-threatening monster. And it's interesting, too, not only is native medicine inferior to Western medicine, but also when they're trying to get rid of the monster, the demon, the native, the indigenous plan of pushing the monster into a booby trap and then torching it doesn't work. But shooting it with guns, shooting the dagger with guns into quicksand, that's what saves the day. And at the very end, you have the chieftain or whoever. They're like, oh, like, your medicine is so much better than our medicine. Please teach us your ways. And of course, the benevolent white American scientist is like, of course I will. And that was it. It's a great schlocky, whatever movie. Absolutely worth a watch. That monster is iconic. The Misfits wrote a song based on the song title. From Hell They Came is based on From Hell It Came. So how about that?